Hey everybody, welcome to the newest edition of Nate's Neighborhood. I'm Nathan Boley, your local Pahrump and Southern Nevada realtor.
I'm John Kohler, your local weatherman from Channel 25 and your lovely co-host. Thank you for having me, Nate.
You're quite welcome. John always brings a bit of entertainment,
Oh,
as
yeah.
well as everything else, even some weather updates from time to time to the show.
Occasionally that
Yeah.
thing will happen. You know, this happens to you a lot
It
when
really
we're
does.
hanging out because,
It's,
your phone will ring. Take
I'll
it if
take
you
it.
want.
Yeah, I'll take
I
it.
mean,
I hate to
don't slow
not
your
pick
roll.
up the phone
you're
call.
supposed to be a realtor
Yeah.
doing your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Do your thing.
Hi, this is Nathan.
Hi, Nathan. This is Joanne. Love your show. I have a real estate question for you.
Oh goodness, I'm. We're kind of in the middle of shooting the show, strangely enough. But you know what? I tell you what. Let's. I'll take your call if you got a quick question for me. Yeah, of course.
I do. I am wondering if adding a swimming pool to my backyard will increase the value of my home when I go to resell it.
You know, it will. It definitely will. Strangely enough, it may not increase it to the amount that you're hoping for. So essentially, a lot of times when you put a pool into a home before you sell it, it might cost you say between 30 and 50, maybe even $60,000. But when the appraiser comes around to check out your pool and check out your home when you go to sell your home, and of course the appraiser is a very important part of your process. If you're a buyer, they are going to give you the official value of that home. So as a seller, the appraiser is your favorite person essentially. But in this case, if you've got, if you just put 50 or 60 grand into a pool, the appraiser may only give you half of that value, if that, back on the appraisal. So, honestly, if you're looking to put, $30,000 to $50,000 into your backyard, and if you got acreage like you do, like a lot of folks do out here in Pahrump, there are different ways that you can go about it. You can essentially turn your backyard into a lush paradise, for less than half of that cost, and it's going to give you the same value back in an appraisal. So it may change your buyer pool a little bit. Play on words. But yeah, I would say, as far as getting your money back in that investment, I'd say a pool is possibly a no-go, but there are definitely other ways to get that money back and recoup it at the end of the sale.
Does having a pool increase the number of people interested in looking at my house to buy it?
It does. It definitely does out here. Of course, maybe not in the winter. But what you will run into, again, is the value issue. I would only put so much into it because you're only going to get so much out of it, honestly. So yeah, it will increase your buyer pool. But again, the home still has to appraise for what you're trying to get out of it. So even if you put it up at X amount of dollars and the buyer says, yeah, I'll give you X amount of dollars, the appraiser can come back and say, oh, it's X minus $10,000. Your pool isn't worth that much, that kind of thing.
Kind of go backwards.
Yeah, it can take you backwards, and then you're in a bad spot. That's a spot nobody wants to be in, honestly. It makes for rough days for everybody involved in the transaction. Oh goodness, they just keep coming. Well, yeah, I got another one coming in, but thank you so much, and feel free to shoot me an email if you have any other questions.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you.
So it sets you backwards a little bit, but maybe it adds to your buyer appeal to have the pool.
It can, yeah. So, and if you're looking at a bigger place, say in the 600, 700,000 range or higher, a lot of times you're going to bring in cash buyers. So, of course, a cash buyer doesn't really ever want an appraisal.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about appraisal numbers.
Right. And last week we were looking at the February statistics for home sales and time on market and that kind of thing. Is it still maybe not? I mean, is it still as hot as it was in February? Because you were saying
it is. It's just
average...
a little bit hotter. Yeah.
Really?
The numbers. Yeah. The days on market are coming down, and the days and the sales prices are actually going up just a little bit in the last month. So yeah.
I know you got a graph back here.
Hey, here's your updated chart.
You're pointing that way. Look at that.
Yeah, home
median
values
days
and
on the
home
market.
sales. There we go. So this month. It actually goes back to March. So these are March's statistics as updated from February, the last set of graphs that we went over. Granted, John and I are blocking a bit of it, but again, you can see a bit of a change here. Down here in median days on market for Las Vegas, this blue line follows back behind us here, and has actually dropped about a day and a half from last month's numbers as far as days on market. There we go. Thanks, John. And then Pahrump, again, over last year, 33% drop from March to March, which is amazing as far as days on market. And it dropped right about half a day. I think when we looked at February's numbers, it was 24.7. So again, days on market are still quickly dropping.
Right. So
more buyers coming in, and everybody is essentially fighting over less homes. So sometimes that's just how it goes. Yeah.
So maybe let the next guy put the pool in. You don't have
I
to worry
agree.
about the increase in marketability right now because
I
the
agree.
market's going nuts.
Yeah, if you're looking to sell right now, a pool's probably not the thing. You're still going to have a ton of well-qualified buyers looking at your place right now. It's really more about making it feel like a home. Decluttering is a big thing sometimes. Landscaping is a huge deal for folks. It's really just about putting the finishing touches on there. And of course, if you want a free estimated value on your home, try to find out, we'll see what it might be worth in the fair and open market. Shoot me a call, 775-513-2491, or send me an email, nathanpboley@gmail.com. And I don't need much information to get going, no obligation. Just kind of trying to help folks figure out what they've got in their pockets, so to speak. Some folks might be sitting on equity of more than $200,000 and have no idea, but could be struggling with financial issues and looking for a way out. Currently, that would be a great way out. Yeah,
And a quick way out.
And a quick way out. Yeah.
A quick way out. Well, and then the other thing too. I mean, if folks are looking at getting out of Clark County and into Nye, this is a nice time to do it. Still lots of
It is.
still lots of space out here. Still lots of open land, and you also deal in land.
Yeah, of course. Doing a lot of dealings in land, and land has become a bit of a, land is very fickle. It kind of always has been as far as values because there's nothing to really tie it to. That being said, even with the water rights issues that we're going through here with the fight over those, folks are still dropping wells. They're still paying for that acreage, and that's kind of it. If you want an acre, you want an acre. You know what I mean? And you're going to pay that extra 5 or 10 or 12 grand or whatever it might be because you want your acreage.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not that far out. Pahrump here.
35 minutes from Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, 35 minutes from the southwest edge of Vegas. Beautiful ride over the hump, so they say. Yeah, with the newly finished up road, the highway there. Goodness, yeah, it used to be about a 55-minute drive. Now it's 35 to 40, depending on how you drive.
Right, and there are some chic neighborhoods around here too. I mean, there's some.
There really are. We've got Mountain Falls, we've got the winery, we've got Artesia, and there are a few other up-and-coming areas that are going to be built here in the fall that will be beginning. So we're looking at new builders moving into town. And of course, if you're looking to buy a new home, if you're looking to buy any home or commercial property whatsoever, I always represent buyers at zero cost. So you won't have an invoice from me, you won't get a bill, you won't pay me a single dime. And granted, I'm not doing something that's insanely, crazy. It's just sellers in Nevada, sellers pay all your commissions. So folks, if you're looking to list a home, you're stuck paying both sides as far as the agents are concerned. But buyers on the opposite side, but work your guy to death. You're not going to have to pay him anything for the most part, unless they're going to hit you with a transaction fee or anything.
Right.
None over here. But
you'll still work to death.
Of course.
You work hard.
Yeah, number 12.
We did
I
some-
think
number
I think
12
number
tries?
I think number 13 this week. Yeah.
Really?
Number 13 tries harder. I got to try even harder now though because I dropped a spot. So yeah.
Gee whiz, that's
Yeah. What a shame.
terrible stuff. In future episodes, I was just thinking about this because a lot of people think Pahrump and Nye County, and they think manufactured homes. It's actually not a bad option if you're getting something newer or something.
It's not.
we might
If
do
you're on a lower budget, yeah, we've got I believe 3 pretty reputable manufactured home dealers out here in the valley. They all do great work. Strangely, you're looking at about the same wait time that you would on a manufactured home right now as you would on a stick-built home. And stick-built means on a foundation for any folks out there that didn't quite understand the stick-built term. It's on a foundation, built in one spot. Manufactured home is shipped in a lot of times in 2 large pieces, put together, put down. So usually manufactured homes can take they can be a little bit quicker. But right now they're backed up just as well as new home builders are backed up. So this huge pool of buyers that we're seeing coming into pretty much everywhere in Nevada has had a large effect on not only manufactured homes, the build-out dates, but the stick-built homes, even commercial buildings, because some of those builders are also licensed commercially. And so if they're building something that's worth more money to them, they're going to wait before they start your home. So that makes resales really important, of course. And we have a seriously low amount of resales in the valley right now, really all across southern Nevada. There's a pretty low amount of resales, down about 25 to 30% as compared to last year.
All right. But also coming up, and this will be in the next half of Nate's Neighborhood, we're going to do a walkthrough of million listing up in the
Yes.
hills, and it's fabulous. It was Mount
Gorgeous.
Charleston's. Where was it?
Up in Mount Charleston, the Matterhorn home. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful place. So stay tuned, and you will be impressed by this place. That's for sure.
And it's still available. It hasn't closed yet. So
Yeah, it's
but,
still.
but if you
it's
have
still-
a high
it's still
dollar
there.
home, something very, very nice that you would like to see featured in on the market in TV in Las Vegas and here out in Nye County, definitely give Nate a call. Nate's Neighborhood. I enjoy exploring these really cool homes. So
Yeah, it's a blast. And of course, we get to get these homes out to people that may not see them. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
get to take a tour without taking a tour. So that's always a big plus. That, you know, we're always looking for new neighbors, like we
Right.
say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the least we can do is help you move your way out here to our beautiful little valley.
right. So there's I was just jazzed when we got to walk through this place
Yeah.
this week with the $1,200,000. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of it's really a dream home. Everything about it was just so
Yeah.
well thought out. You'll enjoy it
Tough
when
place
we
to
come
be.
back on
Yeah.
the other side with Nate's Neighborhood. Why don't you come on back? Hi, welcome back to Nate's Neighborhood. This is segment 2 where we actually get to do a walkthrough of
Yeah.
some fabulous homes. And actually, you know, it's a great opportunity for me because I'm just a TV weatherman. Like, do I get to go to some of these guys' homes? Yeah, it's like you have to know somebody to, you know.
Sometimes you do. Yeah.
some-
Sometimes
so-
you do.
so
Especially
this-
some of these really expensive places where, yeah, you can't just walk up and go check them out.
Right, but
Yeah.
no, we kind of saved this premium home because, man, real estate is going so fast right now in Nye County. I mean, the stuff that's out there, you kind of want to feature some of the high end stuff.
Yeah.
Because it'll stay on the market long enough for the TV show to
Yeah.
like catch up with the
Yeah, that's
with the
really
market.
it. Yeah,
And,
that's kind of the you know, one of the issues of having the shit, botching things, John. That's
That's
kind of one of the issues. That's one of the issues of having such a hot real estate market throughout Nevada is that you can't necessarily go through and tour one and expect it to be there the next week or the next month, really.
Right, but it's also nice to just kind of showcase some of the really nice properties that are out here in Nye County. If you're coming from Vegas and getting, I'm done with Clark, man. Let's go Nye. You know.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking to get away a little bit, get away from the city. In this case, this place is up in Mount Charleston, which is essentially just between us and Vegas. So
Right, and you got a
interesting
call.
getaway.
And you got to call it. And actually, we were kind of touring it live with another potential client while we were there. So
Yeah.
it was kind of exciting for me to get. Can we get to that first slide and we'll just like because it's
Yeah.
all right. So we come up on this place and it's up in the mountains. It's got kind of a little postage stamp, sort of. It was about a quarter acre, third of an acre. How-
Yeah, almost like a Norman Rockwell kind of feel to it from the front.
Right.
Very.
It's surrounded by these tall trees and just these gates and all this. There was some pretty good parking. It featured a lot of outdoor spaces. This is a view just kind of from off the
Yeah.
front deck there, or the back
This
deck.
is the back deck, yeah, looking out towards it. It's all federal land out behind you there. So essentially, you're on a quarter acre of federal land, but out behind you is where nobody can build. So that view stays essentially forever.
Right, and it's gorgeous. Now we went up. This was just like a couple weeks ago. Still some snow on the ground. As you kind of walk up to the front of the house here, you see the nice rock work on the ground. It's very much kind of an Italian villa sort of style as
Yeah.
you're out there. And then I just thought it was, I mean, cleverly built, cleverly laid out on the lot. I mean, it definitely
100%. Yeah, they put a lot of thought into it. They put a huge budget into it, I would think.
Every little detail was a detail, and
Yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
feature almost.
Yeah, all the way down from the floors up to the the horse sculpture that was above the fireplace there.
Right, as you
Just well
come in,
thought
there's
out.
just the grand foyer, let's call that.
Yeah, with the spiral staircase, super impressive. The thing that I liked the most, I think, about this house were the huge windows throughout. I mean, they really pushed those beautiful views.
Right.
There you can see one from the spiral staircase out into the front yard there.
Right, this is
And
just-
again, the woodwork impeccable on the roof.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And if you want a 28-foot Christmas tree, this is the house to have it at.
This is exactly.
This
the
is
house,
really,
yeah.
I mean, this is a house you could live in year round. Still, I kind of feel like it almost had like that weekend chalet feel, like
It
somebody.
really does. Yeah, and the first two owners actually essentially just treated it like that. Getaways from Vegas. You can go up and essentially really just get away. There's not much there. There's about 20 to 30 homes in that little subdivision there. So very quiet, high in elevation, just over 7,000 feet. So you will see snow in the winter. Of course, that is a county maintained road that leads up there.
Right.
So, you might be 12 hours, 24 hours every now and then.
Yeah.
You might get stuck up there.
Yeah.
But they do go through and they clear it very regularly when it snows.
Right. I see we went by a couple slides as we went past there, but I take a look at
Yeah,
this. This is,
that's the master bedroom, master bathroom right there.
yeah, huge tub. And
Yeah, monstrous tub. More views again. That view is just out the back patio.
And it,
Jacuzzi tub. It's got 4 jets, a few custom controls on the side there. Again, the views. It's hard to explain, and it's tough to see it and not be there in person. Man, every window is amazing.
right.
Here's the shower.
Basic
and the
Charlie,
commode
but
for
like
the master.
but the shower was really cool too. I think it had multi-jets. I'm trying to remember all
I
that.
believe it did, yeah. Here's the master bed, and you can see again more of that woodwork up above. Essentially, all the top parts, the second story of the home, for the most part, has that woodwork throughout the roofing.
Yeah, you're in the forest of Endor up here. It's like a treehouse that never quits. It's amazing.
It really is.
Swiss
And of
chalet,
course-
would you say? I mean,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and of
you're
course, you're going to
feeling
pay for
like-
it for the price point, though. I mean, just shy of $1.2 million.
Right. This is a spare room. This is kind of down at the end of the hall. Also, totally fabulous.
Yeah, as the 3rd bedroom, we would have called it. Still grand. I mean, I think it was 12 by 15,
Mm-hmm.
13 by 15. Yeah, it was a suite, no doubt. And they're using it for a sitting room there. But yeah, that's your 3rd bedroom.
There's
There's your spare bathroom there.
spare
that's
bathroom.
upstairs.
Well, of course, it's got the laundry facilities back. You can see off to the right there.
Correct.
But then also his and her sinks and another.
The second spare.
The
Yeah,
second
that's the larger of the 2. Those were, I think, 15 by 15.
It's
bedroom
ridiculous.
there.
It's so fabulous. I mean,
Huge,
and you're
yeah.
just strolling through. I mean, like you can see like lifestyles of the rich and the famous. You're like, oh,
Yeah, you almost feel like you're on MTV Cribs, where you're going through and you're in some famous person's
yeah,
house.
this is where
'cause
the
it's just
magic
a gorgeous
happens.
place. Yeah,
It's the other place where the magic happens. There's a lot of magic happening in here. This is crazy stuff.
exactly. Yeah, but yeah, beautiful place. Hard to get to a
Right.
certain extent.
Right.
It kind of depends on what you're in the field for. If you're looking for that getaway that's up in the mountains,
Right.
that's you.
But
You
like
know,
$1.2 million
if
too. Now,
you're
what is
not-
that anymore with the financing rates? Right? They're
You know,
so
it's-
historically
Yeah,
low.
they're so insanely low that it $1.2 million is essentially like 2 years ago that would have been paying on the $800,000. You know what I
Right.
mean? And now you can get such a bigger loan for such a less APR. And it really just find the right lender, which we'll have one on here in a week or so.
Right.
But yeah,
If you had this
the
house, I mean,
financing
you
for a
could live
place
here
like that
forever.
is tougher, but yeah, it's doable.
How you'd go to other friends' houses. Well, yeah, it's equally as nice, but not nicer.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, exactly, yeah.
The other houses in the neighborhood. Well, let's go back to the slideshow. I
Yeah.
mean, some of these spaces are just crazy.
Yeah, there's the main view of the back deck. That is gorgeous. There's probably about 2,000 square feet worth of decking out there. At least
Easily.
1,500.
Yeah, and multi-levels and just like these little quiet spaces. You can see like another little picnic area over there. Morning coffee area off the kitchen, and but then okay, here's off the here's from
Up
the
on
yard.
Yeah, that's from the back deck up onto the master balcony right there. There's
Right.
that little step off.
But just step out onto the veranda and have some espresso this morning, Muff. Shall we? Yes, JP, that sounds capital. Fabulous idea. No, and you can. This is the place to do that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Really
Is
is.
this the gorgeous kitchen?
Yeah, that's what is that? Oh no, that's your favorite thing. That's the bar.
Oh, this is the
That's
bar.
the
That's
wet
right.
bar. Yeah.
Okay,
Beautiful wet bar.
a beautiful wet bar, and it just sits in the middle of, and kind of off to the left as you come into the
The main living space there
main
towards the
living
back
space,
deck.
right.
Yeah. So essentially, it's right there for entertaining. It sits across from the fireplace, grand fireplace.
right copper sink. It was all plumbed in. It was very
Yeah.
fabulous,
Yeah.
very good.
Very good look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's your main entertainment space there. It's the bar in the background. And
Gorgeous
there's
fireplace.
Yeah. Huge fireplace. I mean,
So much light you can
3
see
or
if
4
it was
times the
blowing
size
up the
of
camera.
anything you
And
have in a normal home.
yeah. Look at look at and look at
There's more views.
Gorgeous
That's your
floors.
formal dining. They've got a 4-top there, but of course, I think it fits up to a 12-top
Right.
table.
And that's a custom pass-through also on the kitchen there. You can see the pass-through from the
Yeah,
kitchen.
and really everything is detailed. This is from the kitchen through the pass-through into the dining and living area.
Is that
And
granite
again,
or is that
yeah,
marble?
That is granite. It's higher end granite, and they've got custom woodwork, custom cabinets. I mean, everything in there just screams, "Stay here and don't leave."
Right, here's instead of the Lazy Susan, you get some these cabinets that sort of flip out.
Yeah, I call those a lazy Karen.
A
I don't know if
lazy
that's
Look at
We'll
this.
see if it starts up there.
This is the center grill in the kitchen, the little space there.
Yeah, with the booth really, it threw me off. I didn't really like the way it looked in the pictures, but when I got there in person, it amazed me. It didn't take up too much space. It sits probably
Is
6
that
people.
the fridge? Look at how
That is the
clean and
fridge.
shiny all these appliances are.
Yeah.
That's like a mirror.
It really is.
No, I mean the whole
and it's just
and the
well
whole
kept.
house really sparkles. It was
Yeah.
really pretty.
Well, no,
amazing.
it's nice to see Paul, the listing agent, sweeping and dusting when we pulled up too.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, he was
it's good to
doing-
see a listing agent that busts their hump to take care of a place. So
Right, and really
nice.
is.
There's
detailing.
Paul.
There he
I
is.
think that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call that Paul.
Come
There's
on.
John.
Yeah, there I am, taking a picture. Look, it's a commode.
There's
Oh,
your-
absolutely, take a picture. But it looked like it was jade countertops. I mean, to me, that right in
Yeah,
there was like.
it strikes you as it's all a similar feel, but there are different architectural designs throughout the
Mm-hmm. Right.
place.
But this is just
that
like
flow very well.
This is just the commode off the guest room. This is where you go. This is the ante room to the commode.
The sitting room,
Right
yeah.
here,
If you
this
see
is-
up towards the top there, I don't know if we ended up getting a great shot of it, but the next time I went back, I didn't realize that
One tiny
that
little garage.
wallpaper was 3D wallpaper
3D.
in that room. Yeah, if you stand underneath it, it looks like all the pillars are coming out at you from the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm probably impossible to get on camera, but as I was standing there the
it's-
second time when I went back with the client, we're standing there and Paul's pointing it out, and I was just, whoa! Like, yeah, I've never been impressed by wallpaper, that's for sure, but I was
Right.
actually impressed by wallpaper in this place,
This-
which is a new thing.
This one's still on. This one has not closed yet.
This one has not yet. They don't actually have an accepted offer on this yet.
Wow.
Still going back and forth with a few people. So yeah, if you've got interest, if this is the getaway place for you, just over 3,000 square feet. Actually, I think about 3,600 square feet
It was
altogether
about
in living
3,600.
space.
Right.
Yeah.
And I saw
so-
a few places for parking out front. I mean, there was parking for 3 or 4 places.
Yeah, I think you've got parking for about 3 or 4 cars, and of course, there is the thought of, in that original shot, it showed the big wrought iron fence coming out over the driveway. That's something that you could take out and probably make space for 2 or 3 more cars, or an RV,
Right.
if you think you're going to get an RV up there.
And they've got some. It's arboretum. The tree selection that it's got. Out front. I mean, there's some.
Yeah,
there's some
I
fruit
mean,
trees.
you're
It was
essentially
like-
you're in the forest, and on
was
top
great.
of that, they've got fruit trees and beautiful bushes. A lot of things that aren't indigenous up there, but do thrive because of how much water and sunlight they get. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a pleasure to be along for the ride on that, and the listing agents really got something there. And
Yeah, no
but
doubt.
they want but anybody. I mean, you could sell this.
Yeah, yeah, of
People want
course. I mean,
the
if there's somebody out there
personal
watching,
walkthrough
that's- yeah, if they want to come take a look in person, yeah, by all means, give me a holler. 775-513-2491 is the cell number. Text me, of course. That's usually the best way to get a hold of me because the phone doesn't always stop ringing these days. And then, of course, the email, which will pop up at the bottom of your screen here. Ah, look at that, beautiful.
Front Valley Properties. That's where you're working.
That's it. That's us.
PVP. I think if that was a Roman numeral, I don't know. I'd have to do the math.
I think it means infinity.
It's not important, yeah. Infinity. There's a zillion possibilities out here in Nye County. Call
There
Nate
really are,
and
Rick.
come on out to Nate's neighborhood and be part of Nye County and be part of the neighborhood.